Hello everyone, welcome to highlights of this Vanarama National League South clash between Bath City and Ebbsfleet United from 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗏 Park. The Romans faced the runaway leaders this afternoon in what should be their toughest remaining fixture this term. For the second time this season, they faced Dennis Kutrieb's side on the back of a 6-match winning streak. Their latest run, coupled with stumbles from Dartford and Havant, has seen them storm 8 points clear with the game in hand, as they bid to end a 3-year exile in National League South. City have picked up of late with 4 points from 2 games. Defensively they've improved, with Jerry Go admitting that he didn't think they'd have claimed a point earlier this season. This was after the Hampton and Richmond game on Tuesday night, where they piled on the pressure in the final half an hour. Since then, Rex Mannings has joined Yates on a month's loan, while a defensive player has been added. Callum Sullivan has joined from Birmingham City for the month, which allows Dan Hayfield to move into the middle of midfield. Chris Lines makes way. Jack Batten also returns with Elliot Freer on the bench. Ebbsfleet have made 2 changes to the side that beat Havant and Waterlooville 2-0 last week to effectively end the latter's title hopes. Billy Clifford missed the game against his former employers due to a pre-contract agreement. He's back in alongside Franklin Domi. Josh Wright misses out and Toby Edser is back on the bench. Our commentary team for this one are Andrew Kerslake, Chris Chappell and Alex Lane Kieltyka.
And it's a nice amount of fans as they're still coming in today here at 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏 Park. And we are underway here for Bath City versus top of the table, Ebbsfleet United. And it starts with Hollis on the left-hand side. He sends a ball down, it will just go straight through to Max Harris. That's Hollis again, left-hand side. Drives into the City half. Now to Bingham on the left. I'm sure they'd rather see him in the box, tries to play it through to Polion. Pass wasn't hard enough, and Bingham did try to go down, tried to win a free kick there after it was a high foot from Hayfield. Referee says no. Spokes tries to bring it away. He does still win the ball. He passed it on through to Wilson, who would have been through on goal, but Cousins was quick off his line. Nice to see some urgent passing from City there.
Yeah, he had just a little bit too much on that ball, didn't he? Just a yard in front to Wilson and keeper quickly off his line to collect.
And now it's with Domi, tries to play it through to Polion, who would have been through on goal.
Mark Cousins in a luminous pink strip in the other end.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised he gets away with it. Oh, Wilson, he's turned Hollis, and he's on the edge of the box. Now it's fallen to Hayfield, who couldn't quite get a shot off. O'Neill wants to charge forward the centre-back, brings it inside to Domi, falls all the way through to Polion. Back with Domi, Spokes is on him, sends a cross-field ball into the box, tries to find Kundal, sent it back to Bingham, and on the edge of the box he couldn't get a shot quite right. And now it's with O'Neill. Send it down to Sterling James, who should have the pace on Dan Greenslade, and he does so, and this is where he's dangerous. And it looked like Greenslade may have pulled off there. Pulled up, and he's fallen to the ground, as there's going to be a corner for Ebbsfleet. Do apologise, I was looking at Dan Greenslade, who looked very uncomfortable then. And it looks like straight away there's going to be a substitution. I imagine Elliot Freer, and it does look like Freer is getting ready now. And Elliot Freer will be moving into that left wing-back position. It's a good thing we know he can do some justice from that position anyway, Elliot Freer. The last victory coming in December 2015 at Stonebridge Road, as the corner's about to be taken in now, and it's cleared away by Morton. It does fall to Kundal, used right foot that time, and now it's back with Sterling James on the right-hand side, near the edge of the box. He comes into the box, he is brought down, referee says no, but Cody Cook is able to bring it away now. He's driving through the left-hand central line, and he has Wilson on the left. But his touch is just a bit too heavy, and somehow it will actually fall to Sterling James from that clearance on the right-hand side, but the official does put up his flag and it will be offside. Yeah, Dan Greenslade certainly not a player who wants to be missing. He was the December Fans Player of the Month.
Good round of applause as he comes in front of the stand.
Yeah, it doesn't look at all happy. And now Cody Cook had a bit of a clash of heads there, I believe. Or may have been an elbow, and it looks like we're going to have to bring another physio on this time. And this time it's going to be Cody Cook, who we've only just gotten back from injury. It does look like he's holding the bridge of his nose as he's coming off to our near side here on the touchline.
I think he is going to continue because a replacement shirt's being brought. So
definitely some blood involved then. But we're back underway, 16 minutes gone, still 0-0 here at 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗏 Park. City just hoping to ease the storm of the first quarter of an hour, although they haven't had too much to worry about. Max Harris has only had to come out a few times. And here comes Sterling James, and look at that electric pace on the right-hand side. He drives all the way into the box. He keeps it in, back to Polion, who does finish calmly pass for keeper in the 17th minute, and Ebbsfleet are 1-0 up, the league leaders, and we're certainly proving why they are the league leaders. An excellent finish from the always present Don Polion, and just really good play on the right-hand side by Sterling James.
Yeah, that goal was really down to Sterling James, put in real pace down that right-hand side, took the ball to the touchline, just pulled it back, and we talked before this game about Polion's goal-poaching instincts. Well, there he was on the line and easily able to stab home. But you do wonder how much the injuries that City have just suffered has suddenly caused that, and Cody Cook isn't going to continue. Sonny Cox will be coming on.
2 substitutions early on, not even 20 minutes into this fixture. The height difference has certainly been an issue, and guessing him at midfield line, and then of course Hollis at the back, and both of them just made an example of it. And it will be a free kick to Ebbsfleet, and I will now swap over to Chris Chappell, who will take over from commentary for the rest of the first half.
Well, interesting there, Ebbsfleet chose to take a very quick free kick, and Sullivan for Bath leapt in, took the ball and started off up the pitch, and was then told he had to bring it back. I suppose the argument was he wasn't maybe 10 yards away when the kick was taken, but Ebbsfleet didn't make any protest, and you feel that City a little bit hard done by.
Don't say there's another injury worry, because it looks like the new man, Callum Sullivan, is sat on his backside inside his own half.
It is going to be Chris Lyons coming on, and I guess the discussion there was whether Chris Lyons can manage to play 3 games in just 8 days.
Yeah.
And obviously Lyons must have said, yeah, I can manage this.
Were they? They were thrashed 6-0 at home by Ebbsfleet, weren't they, recently? That was one of the
Is that
many
supposed to be a
eye-catching,
comfort to us, Chris?
one of the many eye-catching scorelines. But it's only 1-0 at the moment. I think Bath City holding them at bay at the moment. Pull back again from the right byline, and caused some problems. Good sliding challenge there, Batten helping it out. City still in the Ebbsfleet half, and another knock to the face, this time for Hayfield, and the referee stops play because it's a head injury.
Yeah, player led with his arm there and just called Hayfield. I'm surprised the referee hasn't had a word.
Looking very poised for movement. Here comes Lyons, right-footed, curls it towards the penalty spot, and it bounces almost for a Bath City player. Fired in and over the top. There's free on the left-hand side. Just leaning back a bit, and it's skied over the crossbar. And Sterling James, a nice turn, gets into the box, takes it to the byline again, tries to pull it back, and Harris just smothers it at the near post, and the ball goes out for another corner. His teammate is Stevenage last year, is the recipient, gets it back from Polion, who's dropped deep. And now the Romans attack with Spokes, halfway line, just shepherded away by the defensive midfielder in Gesson, who's we like Hollis. He must be in the sort of 6'4" region.
Really shadowed him away there, didn't he, Engesson? Didn't give Spokes chance.
Nice ball inside the left back, and Hayfield pulls it back, and helped in, and Bath City have levelled the scores just before half-time. It's Sonny Cox with his 3rd of the season.
Well, that came out of the blue. The good thing was that ball down the flank, there was just that little bit of time to steady up on the byline, just see who was coming in before it was floated into Cox. And City, I mean, remarkably, given the circumstances of this first half, draw level.
Yeah, it's a lovely ball in behind the Ebbsfleet defence, and where you do have that wing-back system, there is a bit of room in behind the wing-backs, and Hayfield took full advantage, had time to control it.
Time, didn't he? That was the key thing. He didn't have to put it in straight away. He had time to stop, look up, see who was available, and he put it exactly on the spot for Cox, the header.
That's right, he saw the run of Cox, and on the volley, just a side-footed first-time finish. Goalkeeper Cousins, no chance, and it's 1-1 here. And Ebbsfleet immediately on the attack at the other end, pulled back by Bingham, and it's a sliding challenge from Parcell, only partially cleared outside the box. Sterling James out to O'Neill on the right-hand side, just dinks it round the corner. Cundall, right-footed, pulls it back, and this time Domi hits the crossbar, and it's volleyed in from close range by Polion. The flag stays down. He's got another close-range finish, and within seconds of Bath City equalising in the minutes before half-time, Ebbsfleet are back in front, And it's Polian again with another double against the Romans.
That was really unfortunate. I think Harris thought the ball was going to go over the crossbar, only at the last minute leapt up, just keeping it out, and by then he was well off balance. So by the time the rebound came in, really standing no chance at all. And City, well, they were level for just that 1 minute of this match before Polian got his second of the afternoon. He's a big lad, Hayden Hollis.
Oh, yeah. Keeps reminding me of that Pedro Pascal who's in that Last of Us thing. I don't know what it is, the little beard. He's got a tall man. I don't know if you're up with these sort of things, Andrew.
No. It is interesting, those things. Some of those things, not that in particular, but like the Radford goal for Hereford. You wonder whether you actually saw it at the time or whether you've just seen it so many times you think you have.
Polian's got a chance on the edge of the area, tries to get onto his left foot, slides it through for Bingham, who just takes a sidestep round the goalkeeper before rolling it over the line. And it's 3-1 in first half stoppage time. The Ebbsfleet juggernaut is back on the road and rolling towards the National League South title. The goals just keep flowing, don't they, for the side?
But well done there, Ebbsfleet, because Polian very sensibly, he looked to shoot, he realised there was no way through, saw Bingham just to his left-hand side, perfect flick, and Bingham unmarked was able to slot it home. And, well, very quickly, this game turned on its head. Just 4 minutes ago, it was 1-1. Now it's 3-1 Ebbsfleet, and the visitors looking 100% confident.
Short hand gesture just to get in there for some of the waiting black and white striped shirts. Lines curls it away, and along the 6-yard box, bodies fly in. Freer is in there, it's back out, pinned in, left-footed. And it's back out. Spokes will have a go, and it's just over the top. But he got a good piece of power on that shot, just off target. And Spokes had a go just outside the area, quite central. And just didn't catch it quite right. And there's the half-time whistle from referee Dale Wootton. A lively first half.
Cox still on that same side at the moment, but much better when it's along the ground rather than in the air. But now Clifford can come away with it, driving down through that centre line. There's about there's 3 red shirts, 2 black and white shirts, but Harris is there first to clear it away from Bingham. And now it's with Cox, it's counter-attack. Bit of basketball going on here now between the two sides. Good layoff to Spokes. Down the centre, tries to play it left side to Elliot Freer, and had he gotten onto that, he'd have been in the box on his own. But now it's with Polian. Probably most we've actually seen him on the ball today. Right hand side, cutting infield. It's tricky past Chris Lyons. I'm quite surprised the ref blew up. I'm not quite sure it was a booking, but Chris Lyons did just sort of hold the run, and Polian did fall down, crumpling, but it will be a booking for Chris Lyons now. Takes it in now, tries to find the head of Hollis, but it's a good head away by Batten. Cleared away upfield by Lyons. Down the centre, Wilson against Domi. 50-50 there. Sterling James takes an audacious effort from pretty much 40-odd yards out. Now it's with Polian, who's driving with the ball on that left-hand side. It's interesting to see him on the wing as opposed to in the typical striker's role. Domi in a strong battle with Batten. And it was absolutely fair, 50-50 between the two players there. And Domi does get his foot in and falls to Polian, edge of the 18-yard line, just outside the box. Can lay it off for Clifford. Not the best layoff, because Clifford probably wanted to line up a shot there. Bingham tries to play through the defensive line. Not able to do so. It's now up to Wilson, but Hollis, who's been absolutely fantastic at that back line this game, gets it away. It's now with Domi. Can cross it into Polian, doesn't quite do so. It's cleared. And now, I think it might have been Clifford. Oh, it was Cundall, sorry. Spokes again. Definitely had a lot of the ball today, Luke Spokes. And City just being very patient, just passing around this sort of quadrant, the central of the field, and it is played through to Freer, tries to get through to Sonny Cox, but it's not quite able to get there. Brilliant by Luke Spokes, but it was offside anyhow. Really good from Luke Spokes to pass it in for Freer, and his cross almost meets Sonny Cox, but it will be a free kick for United. Pretty much got their whole midfield back in the defensive line as well, but the outbreaking now through Cundall. Driving straight through to centre line, diagonal run to the edge of box, and that will be a free kick, and he knew exactly what he was doing there, Cundall. Very clever from the wing back.
I think that's another booking.
And it will be another yellow card. And I think it was Jack Batten. Max Harris needs to watch this all the way as Clifford about to line up to take. And here we go. Just about 25 yards out. Clifford lines up, takes the shot. Great save from Max Harris. Had to stretch right to his left-hand side. high as well. Had to make a bit of a leap. It looked like he might have not made it originally, but good save from Max Harrison. Will be a corner for Ebbsfleet. Hollis on Batten. Be looking to try and win the header. It is going through to Hollis, but actually fell through to Bingham. Has cleared away on the line. Now Hollis inside the box, right-hand side. Back to Sterling James, just on the edge of the box. As Clifford as the overlap, doesn't use him. Hayfield holding up well. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation there. Somehow Sterling James comes out of the ball, tries to play through Hayfield, doesn't quite do so because Wilson's there, and Wilson does win a free kick. Really good from Scott Wilson. And Gesson, haven't seen a huge amount of him yet so far, but it's really good, strong play there. And it does fall to Morton now, who will drive to the edge of the box, left-hand side, tries to get over to Cox, who tries to take a first-time shot, but he just bubbled ahead of him. And that's what we mentioned a few times today about the pitch just causing the ball just to jump up a little bit. And Gesson, with his long legs, able to reach the ball from about his own penalty box, let alone where he was then. And oh, really good tackle there by Spokes. Oh, a bit of a 50-50. Chris Lyons, got to be careful there, Chris Lyons. He has been booked. And his former teammate Luke O'Neill, the manager for Ebbsfleet, is fuming, absolutely raging down there on the touchline, as the player has stayed down on the ground. Dennis Katrib certainly not happy with that in any instant. Yeah, it's definitely an improved second half from City as well. They're passing the ball around a lot more. Just a shame that Sonny Cox wasn't able to get a shot off properly when it was brought to him. But will break for Sterling James now. He's making a diagonal run to the central part of the field, but he can't get through to Polion. Bit of an off-the-ball tackle there, but referee won't want to give that at all. And Engesson, very calm from Engesson, but does fall to Wilson now. He has an option to right-hand side. Hayfield running down my right flank. He doesn't release him. Edge of the box now. He might try and take a shot. He gets into Sonny Cox, but he was between two minds, and Cousins was able just to get low and bring it in, and Engesson able to touch it over, but it does fall to Spokes, so can bring it down. He has Sonny Cox, so there's a lot of space ahead of him. He might try and play it right to Hayfield on the edge of the box. And Sonny Cox, if he was on his left foot, he might have voted to shoot there. Right-hand side, edge of box, to Sonny Cox, inside the box, around the 18-yard line now. He has a Chris Lyons who he can lay it off to. Needed a better layoff. He was about to line up a shot there. Right-hand side now, with Hayfield. He has Kundal on him, sends a cross in, but Cousins is able to hold it well.
And a substitution there. Colthurst coming on for Billy Clifford.
Yeah, Clifford in just his second appearance after joining from Hammond and Waterlooville. And Freer's got it on the left-hand side, curls it cross in, it just skipped past the outstretched toe of Scott Wilson. Spokes under pressure in midfield, just shifts it off to Morton, and now Parcell invited to come forward. Commits a defender, he gives it to Freer on the left, takes on McQueen, curling cross towards the far post, headed back across goal, and on the goal line, Solly heads it out. Lyons tries to gather it. Shifted to Spokes, back heel. And luckily for Bar City, they could not get a shot away. After good work from Freer, and a frustrated Freer will pick up a yellow card for sliding in and giving a foul away. There's a foul on McQueen.
That ball across from Freer that was just cleared off the goal line, had that gone in, we could have had a very interesting last 10 minutes to this match.
Sonny Cox replying in amongst those 3 goals. We had 3 in the space of 5 minutes. And there's a chance here, low shot from Spokes, it's saved, comes back out, and then Cox saw his effort blocked by Engesson. And Ebbsfleet can clear the danger, but a really good sight on goal for Luke Spokes there. He's only scored once this season. With just 8 minutes to go, almost 3-2, but Ebbsfleet keep their 2-goal advantage.
And in terms of attempts on goal, you'd probably say City have shaded it.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so bit of threat as the game ends for the Romans, and Kundal steps in off the left flank and just gets underneath the ball. They hold the lead against the team 1 place and 4 points above them. McQueen on the right tries to slip it through to the underlapping O'Neill. It's squirmed through to Coulthurst, and some panic defending there. Harris gets his hands on the ball inside the area there. That was almost a 4th there for Ebbsfleet. Now Lyons just on the left-hand side, waits for the run from Parcell outside him, carries it forward up the left. Freer on the touchline. McQueen comes after it. Back to Chris Lyons. in space, deep on the left. Curling pass to James Morton. Bristol City loanee.
Lovely ball.
Now Dyer trying to work an opening on the right. It's come through Hayfield, and he wins a corner. He has scored from there, I have seen it, but
Hey, he's got power. But
Wilson picks it up after being won back and fires a shot in at the near post from the edge of the box, but Cousins does well. Chris Lyons will take this corner from the right-hand side. Second half stoppage time. Ball in, flicked in at the near post, and it's just wide. There's Cox in there at the near post with the flicked header inside to Spokes, who just drags it back onto his left foot. Pass to Morton on the left, and with his left foot tries to curls one in, and the goalkeeper was in trouble at his near post. He wasn't sure if he was going to collide with it. The ball might have just dropped in the top corner. Morton's effort, left-footed corner from the left-hand side, powerful header, blocked a yard or two off the line, appeals for a handball, but away come Ebbsfleet with Nguessan, who's striding forward with that long stride, and then Polian beaten to it by Harris. Remember, he's on a hat-trick.
it was 3 on 2 for a moment there.
Yeah.
Polian looks certain to score.
Yeah, Nguessan perhaps should have done better with the pass. Harris did well, just to race off his line. He got a hat-trick in January against Weymouth, did Polian, and he thought after getting 2 before half-time, he might be on for another. And that's full-time, though. It ends here. Bath City 1, Ebbsfleet United 3. Polian with 2 goals to take his league tally to 22. Sean Jeffers trying to match him. He did score 1 goal. I'm not sure if he got a second for St Albans in that very strange game against Worthing, where there were 9 goals at the last count. Sonny Cox got 1 for Bath City in amongst the scoring, which all seemed to be in a flurry before half-time. He got his 3rd for the season, with a nice first-time finish at the near post after Hayfield set him up on the right-hand side. Second half, Bath City, having had to make 3 changes due to injuries before the break, managed to just stifle the flow of Ebbsfleet and just shore things up, and there were no further goals in quite a quiet second half.
Well, thank you for being with us this afternoon. Bath City, well, those awful injuries in the first half posing Jerry Gill quite a problem in the weeks ahead, we suspect. Going down this afternoon, 3-1 losers, but they did put in a good battle in the second half. Thank you so much for being with us, and do join us for City's next match. But for this afternoon, it's goodbye from Alex, from Chris and myself, Andrew Kerslake. Thank you for being with us, and good afternoon.